You know the feeling. You sleep 8 hours, you even wake up on your own without an alarm. Oh, the joy of being retired. But yet, you're still tired and you feel off. How can you feel off after 8 hours of sleep? That was so frustrating. And even though I was doing everything right on paper, my body wasn't playing along. Hi, I'm Chantal and welcome to AI for 50 Plus, Born Before Wi-Fi, Owning AI. This is video 2 of the Smart Longevity series. So because of the way I was feeling half of the time in the morning, I decided I wanted to stop guessing and to use my day-to-day well-being notebook. Now, if you want to know how to set up that notebook, you have to go to video 1 of the series where I explained that. So what I did is I fed my sleep data into my day-to-day well-being notebook and I started chatting. And I asked, well, what am I doing wrong? And basically, it gave me a very interesting answer. It's not about supplements really or expensive trackers, even though I do use my Oura ring for my sleep data. It's really about 7 levers and how you use them. So what I'm going to do in this video is I will show you those 7 levers based on research and also a blueprint that Gemini created with those 7 levers and also a dashboard to actually see what would be my brain fog in that day depending on what I did the day before. Don't worry, all of the prompts are in the link that I put in the description below. Why sleep as video 2 of the series? Well, last week in video 1, I said that the next 3 videos, this one and the next 2, will actually be about foundations because we want to look at things that will make you feel better rapidly and not 6 months from now. And sleep is the big one. If your sleep is off, your mental clarity is gone, and you can't learn anything if you're exhausted. So sleep is not just about being tired. After 50 or 60, it actually is the most important thing you can change to make sure you lower your risk of dementia and metabolic issues. Fix your sleep, and everything else is easier. Here are the 7 levers for good sleep, and these aren't suggestions. They're biological mechanisms and based on research. Now, the first one, and we've heard of pretty much all of them, but it's kind of neat to see them all together. Lever 1 is circadian light anchoring, and that basically is to get 15 to 20 minutes of light into your eyes within an hour of waking. The second one is about caffeine, and I'm sensitive to caffeine, so in my case, my last cup has to be 8 to 9 hours before bedtime. Some of you might tolerate 5 hours before bedtime, but I'm going at the extreme of the range that the research gives us. The third one is about alcohol, so your last glass of wine or your chosen poison should be 4 hours before bedtime. Lever 4 is about food, so your last bite or when you finish eating should be about 3 hours before your bedtime. Lever 5 is about that blue light that you get when you stare at screens, whether it's a TV, your laptop, or your phone. So close the screens 1 or 2 hours before bedtime. Lever 6 is about the temperature in your room. So 1 or 2 hours before bedtime, you should start cooling it. Now, I live in Mexico, and for me, it's all about the fan and about our portable AC. And our AC really cannot bring our bedroom temperature lower than about 79, maybe. But I guess my blood is thinner because I can tolerate it. So bedroom cooling is important. And the last one, lever 7, is the thermogenic drop. And that's getting your, oddly enough, having a warm bath or shower about 30 minutes to an hour before bedtime helps the temperature of your body going down. And that's why it's so helpful. So those are the 7 levers, and the last 2 really are a team. I mean, you can use them together. This is the representation of the 7 levers to get great sleep. And as I mentioned in video 1 of the series, I created a notebook, of course, in this case it's the day-to-day well-being, and I attached in Gemini the notebooks that I needed. I pasted the prompt that ChatGPT gave me in the chat, and that's what it gave me. So you see exactly what you should be doing when, because I inputted when I wake up and the time where I go to bed, and you have it here. So the sunlight anchor, you have to do it within a certain time. My last coffee here, my last glass of wine. Here you have 2 of them. You have the ventilation and the blue light of the screens. You have the shower here, and when I go to sleep. I printed this, put it on my fridge, and I try to follow this as much as I can because I do want to have great sleep. So you have the prompt in the link in the description below, so you can input your own data and you will get this map that will actually help you hopefully get a great night's sleep. And this is the dashboard. So what I do now every morning, or almost every morning, I take the second prompt that you'll find in the link below, and I paste it in Gemini, attach my day-to-day well-being notebook. It asks me a few questions, and then it gives me my forecast for the day. And that day was not great, and I hadn't had a good night's sleep, obviously, because I had complied with quite a number of things, but I failed one of the most important anchors, which is the early light exposure. And I hadn't done that, and you see it here, primary lever failure. And also my data in my Oura ring, because in my day-to-day well-being notebook, one of the documents is my daily journal. It's a Google Doc, and I sync it every day to make sure it has the latest in there. But that's where it took my actually HRV, my deep sleep, which is lower than it should be, and my heart rate dropped later in the night and not early enough, apparently. So that's why my score is not great. But what I love is that it actually gives you something that you can do. So yeah, the timing is past for the early light exposure, but you can go for a 20-minute walk outside, and that's going to help reset your clock. Because it's useless if it just gives you this and says, yeah, it's not good, and you should be doing this. Actually, it gives you something positive and practical to do. You won't always have perfect nights, of course, but it's very useful to have a system that can help you actually prevent having another bad one. Tomorrow morning, use the Brain Fog Predictor and see what the data says. If this was useful, please subscribe and share this with someone who thinks that getting up tired is actually linked to getting older. It might actually be one of the levers. Next Thursday, we're moving to video 3, movement. See you next week.